I'm here in New York with the World Rapid and Blitz about to begin, and joining me is our good friend Prakhar. Hello, Prakhar.
Hi Sagar, how
We
you
are
doing?
just 5 days away from determining who gets the first spot to the candidates. And we did a video with you where we spoke about, what will happen if Arjun wins the Qatar and, he could overtake Fabi. But Arjun just missed it at the end.
Yeah.
He did not win the tournament, but he did get some points.
Yeah, he did. He did.
And this proved to be quite an important thing. So right now the gap between Caruana and Arjun is 6 points, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, that is correct. 6 points. Arjun is 6 points behind Fabi.
Right. So what are the scenarios in which Arjun could overtake Fabi and get that spot? Is it likely or does it look unlikely?
It's tough. I mean, I would not bet any money on it, but Arjun is Arjun. He could do something special. We never know.
So
As
can
we'll see
we
what he.
look at the scenarios?
Yeah, let's look at the table first. About what the FIDE circuit is. Table is right now. A very quick explanation of what's going on.
Okay, so let's have a look at this one. So here we
Yes.
have Fabi at 130.42 and Arjun at 124.4.
Yeah, and the way it works is your top seven events count, right? So what will now happen is if either of those two people score more than their event seven score, which is the lowest of their seven scores, that lowest score is removed, and the new World Rapid and Blitz score, whatever they get in a event, will be added, right?
Hmm.
What the interesting thing is both of them, their lowest score is 14. So 14 is removed. So if somebody scores say 20, which is what Arjun needs. So if Arjun gets anything above 20 points, the 14 is replaced by 20. And if it's more than 20.02, he will overtake Fabi.
Okay. And are there more
That's how
than
this works.
20.02 points at stake here?
Thankfully, there is in World Rapid, though. I don't think he can overtake purely based on World Blitz. So if you go to the next image, I can explain exactly what's going on.
Yes, so
Uh,
this one is something that you've built. It looks a little bit complicated
yeah,
with
yeah.
many
So
tiles.
Sagar, basically it's simple, right? If you look at the vertical columns, those are Arjun's result. If you
Hmm.
look at the horizontal columns, they are Fabi's result. Now, this table basically tells us, depending on Fabi's result, what is the target for Arjun to make it green. Green means Arjun qualifies, red means Fabi qualifies. So, for
Okay.
example,
Okay.
if Fabi does
Interesting.
no improvement, which is the
Wow, this
bottom
is
row,
so well made. Yeah, first of all, like kudos to you for graphically showing this, which just shows that Arjun's chances are very minimal because the green tiles are less.
yeah, yeah. It is unlikely, right? Like, and as we'll see, right? So if Fabi does no improvement, let's assume Fabi does not score more than 14 points, which is his lowest in any event, which he would need to score outside the top three in rapid
Mm.
and anything apart from a win, shared win or a sole win in World Blitz. If Fabi does not do either of those three things, then
He
if
gains
the
nothing.
target, then the target for Arjun is win shared at max with four people and then win tie breaks in World Rapid.
Oh, still he
So
has
if
to
Fabi
win the
doesn't improve,
tournament.
yes.
Even if
If Fabi,
Fabi does not gain any points,
yeah,
Arjun still
yeah.
has to win World Rapid.
Arjun has to win World Rapid. He can win it tied with a number of people, but then needs to win the tiebreak and head
Oh
the
my God.
tiebreak, be first in the tiebreak. That is the only way to do it for Arjun, unfortunately.
Wow, that is tough. And imagine if Fabi
Yeah,
does well, then
yeah.
Arjun might need to get Soul first.
Exactly. So as you go up in this, Fabi starts gaining some points and Arjun's margin of victory starts to decrease, right? So Fabi, for example, if in Blitz he does tied 1-2 but loses the tiebreak,
Which one? Which
then
box should we look at?
the second last, the second from bottom row,
Yeah.
Blitz tied 1-2 L. That means Fabi finishes Blitz tied 1 and 2 but loses the tiebreak.
Mm.
In that case, Arjun's target decreases from 1 to 4. Now instead of that, in rapid, he needs to tie 1 to 3 and then win the tiebreak.
Mm.
So it's become slightly narrower, right?
By the way, this
Similarly,
is Blitz tide or this is
so
rapid?
wherever there is nothing, that
Mm.
is rapid. If it's Blitz, I've written Blitz.
Ah, okay.
So if
So
you start, the top rows are the rapid
rapid
rows.
ones. So
Yeah. So
just
the
to
moment,
understand this,
yeah,
let's
yeah.
imagine better than tied 1 to 3, the
Hmm.
first one.
Yeah.
In that,
So
if Fabi gets anything, then Arjun has no
yeah.
chance.
So for example, if Fabi, let me give you a few examples, right? Like if Fabi does 1 to 3 tied in rapid and then wins the tiebreak, Arjun can't do anything. So anything better than that, Arjun cannot do anything. No matter what Arjun does, it doesn't matter, right? Now, coming to the third row is I think that's sole third. So if Fabi gets sole third, Arjun has to win clear first in rapid. That's the only way.
Got it.
So the better Fabi does, the narrower it becomes for Arjun. Most likely, the only scenario that matters is Fabi doesn't improve because even to improve, Fabi needs to do really, really well. So most likely, if Fabi doesn't improve significantly, Arjun needs to win World Rapid.
Mm.
And he can like up to tied four and then winning the tiebreak. That's good enough for Arjun.
Because if we see, the green is only till the fourth box on the bottom row, which
Yeah,
means that it's only rapid which is coming into the picture. The blitz is not
exactly,
even to be seen.
exactly, exactly. So even winning the Blades would give you just under 20 points.
Mm,
So and Arjun needs 20 points, right?
right.
Funnily enough, I think, and I'm not 100% sure about it, but had Gukesh played, winning the Blades would have worked because the average of the tournament would have increased just a little bit, and sole first in World Blades would have been enough for Arjun had
But
Gukesh played.
Gukesh's blitz rating is not that great, right?
Doesn't matter, right? The rating is always classical rating. The tournament
Oh,
average rating always
oh,
depends on the classical rating.
okay,
Yeah,
okay. So
yeah.
let's look at this scenario in my head. For example,
Mhm.
Arjun, because Magnus is also playing, there's Firuja, there is
Yeah,
Nepo, there's so many Hikaru. It's a very
yeah,
tough event. So
yeah.
joint first looks like a great thing for Arjun in Rapid if he can manage it. And if
Even then, he
Fabi
needs to win the tiebreak.
also finishes joint first, imagine
Yeah,
this scenario.
yeah,
He's
yeah.
also in the pack. And then
Mm-hmm.
Arjun goes to win the
Yeah,
tournament, and
yeah.
Fabi, let's say, finishes fourth.
Mm-hmm.
Then,
It it doesn't matter. Like as long as Fabi loses the tiebreak and is not first, Arjun wins it. So in a scenario when Fabi is one of the four players with Arjun who are all tied for first,
yeah,
Arjun goes on to win the tiebreak. Arjun does it. Arjun overtakes Fabi.
okay.
That's it.
So that's
So
a
yeah, I mean, basically that's the scenario. That's the thing that matters. Arjun be in the at least be tied for first and then win the tiebreak.
mm. And
I
if
think that's
Arjun
the
gets
simpler
sole
version of it.
first,
Yeah.
then can Fabi still overtake Arjun if he gets
No,
second?
no. So if you look at it for in the so the scenario where Arjun gets sole first, that's the first column that you
Yes,
see, right?
yes.
In the first column, the only red boxes are where
Hmm.
Fabi has also won the tiebreak. So if Arjun is sole first, those just don't matter, right? Because
Wow.
both of them can't win.
But this is very surprising, right? Because second place and first place
Yeah.
has such a big gap of 6 points.
Yeah. Yes, because sole first gives you 11 base points. Second gets you 8 base points.
Hmm.
So 11 because Soul First doesn't give you 10, Soul First gives you 11. So that's why that bigger
So
gap.
here, actually, I think 25 points is correct that Arjun gets if he
Uh,
finishes sole
Soul
first.
First would be 2.3 multiplied by 11. That's 25.3. Yes.
25.3. And second place would be
Second, Soul second would be 8 times 2.3. So that would be
18.4.
18.4. Yeah,
So 25.3, 18.4, that's 7 points difference. Okay.
exactly.
Wow.
Exactly. That's the math.
Okay. That is very, very interesting. So basically, Arjun technically has a chance here,
Yeah.
and all eyes on the first 3 days, 26, 27, and 28th of December, to see how
Yeah.
Arjun does. He had troubles with his visa, and he managed to get it. So he wrote a very
Yeah.
nice tweet where he said, I'm going
I
to
saw
give
that.
my
Yeah, that was
best.
very interesting.
So
That was really interesting. Yes.
so if you had to put it in percentage here, would you say Arjun's chances are around 20-25% here to qualify, or
Uh,
even lesser?
Yeah, I would say I would still give it 10-15% because the one other thing that we didn't talk about, if you go to the previous slide, is you don't see any reds here, which are rapid and blitz events. So Arjun can actually add two rapid and blitz events, right?
Mm.
So what Arjun could do is split that over two events, and like that just became too complicated to show on one graph. But think of a world where Arjun ties for a win in one case and ties for a win in the other one as well.
Mm.
He could replace both of the lowest ones and slightly increase both of those scores.
Two results can be replaced, right, with rapid and
Yeah.
blitz.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
imagine that if blitz has 19 points, right, somewhere, and he
Exactly. Yeah.
finishes
Winning
Sol
sole win is
first,
in 90. Yeah.
then he can even change his event 6 score.
Exactly. Exactly. So that is the other path, and that just became too complicated for this. Like I can tell you that the winner gets 19, about 19 points.
Right.
That is 11 times 2.3 times 6 by 8. So that comes to about 19.
Hmm. And the
So
reason why
yeah.
you said that if Arjun does not do, but it can, in a world where Arjun gains 4 or 5 points in rapid
Mhm,
more than Fabi,
mhm.
and then 4 or 5 more in blitz, then he can
Yeah.
technically do it. So it's not
Yeah,
like
but it
everything.
becomes very narrow though.
Hmm.
So if you just give me 10 seconds, I'll just calculate.
Yes, so the thing is why I think Prakhar gives so much emphasis on rapid is because if Arjun first needs to gain something above 14 points, which means
Yeah.
he has to, I think, if you want to gain above 14, you have to finish in uh
Above 14, you need to be in top three.
top three is forced.
Top three. Yes. Yes.
So
I mean, or third, tied third and fourth. That also gives you more. So basically, if your absolute ranking, which is average of your pre-tiebreak and post-tiebreak, your actual ranking, if it's better than fourth, you will increase your score.
right.
Because fourth gives you just less than 14 points. Like
So
clear fourth.
top three, either sole or joint, will give you more points than
Yeah.
14, and
Or giant
then
third, fourth or something.
if you are, let's say, joint third and you get like something like 16, 17,
Yeah.
then Arjun does come to 127. Fabi
Yeah.
may not have improved his score, so he's on 130. Then Blitz makes sense in that
Yeah.
scenario.
Exactly.
Got
Yeah.
it.
Exactly.
So
And
we're going to.
not only does
Hmm,
Blitz make sense, but then yeah, just winning Blitz would be enough then, right? But even then, for anything to matter, it would have to be a win in the Blitz.
correct.
Anything less than that, and the difference between that and 15.18 is just not enough to move the needle.
True. True.
So even if Arjun doesn't win the World Rapid, he will at best put himself in a position where he's in striking distance in World Blitz.
Hmm. So any final words to simplify this for our viewers?
I would just say watch the first one, hope that Arjun wins it and does it. But don't blame him if he doesn't. It's a very tough ask.
Got it, Prakhar. Thank you for clarifying this. I believe that there are a lot of scenarios here, but essentially we have understood that Arjun needs to strike in rapid, World
Yeah,
Rapid tournament.
that's
So
as simple
looking
as that.
forward to it. Thank you.
Thank you, Sagar.